Someone asked, are Windows updates really important? Because I'm using Windows 10, there will be no longer updates after October 2025, and some of the people think they could no longer use this Windows 10 platform because it's going to be dangerous. Someone is going to scam their accounts or stuff like this computer. Actually, that's not really true. So I just want to explain a little bit how these scams or viruses actually can get into your computer and why actually it's you who can prevent this from happening, and it's not necessarily needed to rely on even antiviruses or something like this. So basically what happens, there are several scenarios the way some scammers can just steal your data or infect your computer with viruses. Most of the time, viruses will get into your computer when you open or click a link inside an email. And this email, it's really important to understand that can happen. Oftentimes in the past, it was happening like this. Could be an email that you receive from someone that you know inside your family. So maybe you just talk with someone, maybe a sister, a brother, and one day you receive an email from them which a regular text, just very basic text. They can use artificial intelligence to generate a very reasonable text on a subject that you even know, and it may include a link. Your brother may appear to be saying, hey, I got this website, or look at this website, open this link. So this is my first tip. Never open a link in an email. And I know my parents are doing this. I know people actually do this quite often, at least some part of the population, but that's where is actually a risk in there. Maybe if you have an antivirus, it would scan that link. Maybe yes, maybe no. So if you no longer receive updates from Windows 10 at some point, it's just that that update has a database with the newer viruses, and there may be a newer viruses in 26, 27. So maybe then you are at risk. But my take on this, I never open a link inside an email. The second scenario for links inside emails is you receive an email from maybe your financial institution, from your bank account, or maybe from the government saying that you need to pay some taxes. Click this link, log in, and stuff like this. This is another part where you need to be very careful. What I do then, if it says, let's say, whatever bank, okay, bank X sends me an email, what I will do then, I will never click on the link. I'll just open a new browser window. I'll navigate myself, just Google up, to that institution main page. So search on Google X bank or bank X, open the link, open the result on the browser, and then on that page, enter your login or whatever it's needed for you. Again, I don't rely on links on emails. And I did wrote here one very nice trick. Actually, this is very simple to remember. And my take on this is also do this when you enter your card. If you are purchasing at a store, or you may just want to go to a banking machine to just get some money and insert your card, it's not a bad idea to type a wrong password. If you are a banking machine, you need to enter a number or something like this. Just enter a wrong number, especially when you travel abroad. When you travel abroad, you are perhaps not aware, Europe, Asia, other places, those banking machines are possibly I don't know, tempered basically. So when you insert your card, actually, I'll come back to the subject in a moment. When you insert your card, that piece that grabs your card inside can actually be replaced by scammers with a piece that actually reads your card and sends the scammers data. So it's really important. Enter a wrong password or number, PIN, and if it accepts the wrong PIN or password, then you know there is a problem. Just walk away from there. So this is one side idea. And also those banking machines have cameras, hidden cameras sometimes, so be sure to cover the keyboard when you enter the PIN. But all this to say that when you want to enter a website that you didn't open yourself, that you didn't find in the Google search results as the main website for that bank or company or institution, just enter a wrong username and the wrong password first. If it lets you log in, then that's a fake site, because scammers do actually create sites that look absolutely identical as the original genuine ones. And obviously they are going to steal that. Again, I do say also put a wrong username, because if you put the real username, at least they will get your real username, they will know what it is, and then they may just kind of try something else. They already got half of the right information, so don't put your real username. This is one of this scenario. Let me just look what I say. Yes, the other scenario is an email which doesn't contain a link to a website, but an actual virus. Again, I don't touch, even if it's my brother, even if it's who knows, someone else, even if it's a person that regularly sends me emails with links, I don't click those links. I know for some people this is more difficult to do. By the way, there is a situation, a scenario when a virus is infecting a computer. It's going into the various software that exists, email software, such as Outlook, something like this. It reads the list with the contacts, and automatically, it creates an email to all those contacts, an email with links or viruses, and sends emails to all contacts. So just to tell you that links inside emails, don't. The email itself, usually it's okay to open it, but again, who knows? Maybe if it has aware the subject, why open it? Just curiosity is not a good idea. And I'm not even mentioning here the scammers from some country in Africa who tell you that they have a couple of $millions that they want to share with you, and they need some information from you. All this to say that these are the most common scenarios here, and you can actually really protect yourself. That is the most important part here with those tricks that I did share with you. Protect yourself, even if you are perhaps an elderly, an older person, which is the person which is less used with this internet technology, computer technology. My suggestion, don't really rely, let the antiviruses or something like this, firewalls, do the job for you. Do these things by yourself. And finally, it's important to use a browser that is up to date. Why? I can tell you I had a problem. And by the way, when I say a browser that's up to date, try to maybe Google up. I'm not at ease, comfortable recommending you the browser that I use. But perhaps some people will ask. I use Edge, which is by Microsoft. I don't really like the politics of this company, but at least Edge is really one of the most up-to-date and most safe browsers. Perhaps Chrome as well, which is Edge and Chrome actually are the same kind of programming, both of them, although they come from different companies, Chrome being Google. So I was saying that a safe browser is important. I can give you an example. In the past, I was searching for whatever, a random search on internet. And I did look at the image. So on Google, you can go on image results. I clicked on an image, and that image actually was, or I don't know what happened exactly, but from that moment on, my computer, I don't remember exactly, was frozen or something like this. And I could do absolutely nothing for that computer. I had to reinstall Windows completely from zero, basically. Erase the hard drive and reinstall. So I'm just giving an idea that it's important to have a quality browser that it's really taking care of safety, security. And by the way, this is on browser side, right? So your if you have an antivirus on your computer um, from Microsoft, for instance, that antivirus would not have helped me with that browser issue because the browser was separately infected and then it infected the computer itself. So all this to say that the browser is important these days. I did talk at some point about downloading from internet. I don't think this is for everyone. Perhaps mostly the younger persons are using various websites to download. Myself, for instance, I download sometimes programs or games for Android, just separate files. Android is a safer platform, by the way, much safer than Windows. And yes, when you download from any kind of site, then that is a real risk, real risk. So that's another story. Then you may use antivirus, but I'm not sure even antiviruses when you download a file and open a file on a computer, I'm not sure there is still a risk even if you have an antivirus. Be aware, antivirus is never perfect, never perfect. Scammers always create new viruses, and the antivirus has to first find these viruses, realize they exist, they start getting spread, and then find an antidote to those viruses. So it's not always uh, like 100%. The virus, there could be newer viruses that would fool even an antivirus. That's why you need to be aware of yourself. So all this to say that myself, I'm going to use Windows 10 well below, well past the last day. It's in October 2025 this year, when there will be end of support. The Windows itself, Windows 10 will work absolutely without an issue after the support ends. It's just that, like I was saying, the support also usually does include an update for the antivirus and other functions, but you can still use your computer if you are safe yourself. And by the way, just finishing with this Windows 11, I could see it online. You can Google, but go on YouTube and try to search Windows 11 problems or updates. Windows 11 seems to be it's not really at the beginning. Has started somewhere in 2023, 2 years already, but it seems to be pretty troubled with the updates which are forced by Windows, and there are people that having problem with their computer freezing after updates or so. So it's not really always like this, but there is consent for that. So it can put you in trouble, right? Especially if you work from your computer. So Windows 11, it's up to everyone to make this decision. And I would also say that Windows 11, it's implementing many things that are not really necessary. It seems now at some point, pretty soon, it will be impossible to use Windows 11 without using a Microsoft account. For now, there is kind of a bypass which is going to be tossed by Windows in a very short period. So it's very intrusive, Windows 11. And maybe a last thing, I did ask a question and I got an answer, but it's just from one person, so I don't know yet. There is a question: if you buy a used computer, an older computer, can you still install Windows 10 on it after this year, maybe when the security updates will end or support will end? Actually, it seems it will still be possible. You will need to create a bootable USB flash drive now before the support end. We don't know if it's going to be possible after the end of support. So go just Google up install fresh or clean install Windows 10 and check the Windows website, Microsoft website, and create a USB key bootable, and with that key you will be able to install Windows 10 on an old computer, And it's important to understand that that computer must be older than, must be have been made in 2022 or before this year, that year. Computers made after 2023 came with Windows 11 installed on them, and you cannot install Windows 10 on these newer computers, only Windows 11. Just keep this in mind, and if you have other questions, just don't hesitate in the comment section.